Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Tonight we mourn with the city of Pikeville. Last night, city police officer Scotty Hamilton was shot and killed in the line of duty. He was just 35 years old. The shooter remains at large. This is a picture of just one scene from earlier today where law enforcement teamed up trying to find the gunman. The Pikeville police officer was on patrol last night in the Hurricane Creek area. Shots were fired and Hamilton died. Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley reporting live from downtown Pikeville. It was a day filled with mourning as a community said goodbye and laid to rest Officer Scotty Hamilton. He grew up here, played sports here, and worked at a bank before joining the police force. Tonight we honor Officer Hamilton, and in this newscast we will not mention those charged in connection with his murder. We have team coverage beginning with his emotional funeral service at the Eastern Kentucky Exposition Center. Thousands showed up to show their support today, and WYMT's Taylor Frost joins me now, and she was inside the Expo Center for the service. Taylor. Mother Nature takes aim at Eastern Kentucky, leaving behind damage from the Big Sandy to the Cumberland Valley. Crews had to save two people in Breathitt County who found themselves in the river. Good evening again. Today, damage assessments started across the region following the serious weekend flooding. There is also still a flooding threat in a few areas, including Whitley County. The Cumberland River continues to rise there. It's expected to crest sometime this evening, maybe in the next 30 minutes or so. You're looking live at a very swollen Cumberland Falls. All right, scary situation there, Krista. Thank you. Well, Knott County's Judge Executive Zach Weinberg issued a state of emergency today. The Heinemann Settlement School director says while no buildings were damaged on their campus, flooding caused severe land erosion all through campus and nearly took out a supporting base for the iconic pedestrian footbridge. Good evening, everyone. I'm Steve Hensley live from downtown Pikeville, where we are enjoying the 42nd annual Hillbilly Days Festival. And since I've been here from about 1 o'clock this afternoon on, there have been throngs of people coming by the WYMT booth. I don't think I've ever seen it as crowded as it was earlier today, that early in the day. So tons of people are down here. The weather is perfect. It's cooling off just a tad. We're in the shade now, so you might want to take a jacket if you're coming down here a little bit later on. But I'm joined now by WYMT's Taylor Frost with a great fashion accessory, I might add, you got down here at the festival. This is your second festival, and tell me what was happening on day two. Thank you very much, Macy. And if you watched Survivor this past Wednesday night, you probably know this guy. Nick Wilson literally just arrived moments ago. Had a little traffic getting up here from Williamsburg, I guess.
Yeah, I sure did. You know how I-75 is. It seems there's always a wreck or something, but we're here, so I'm glad to be here. We look forward to the Chicken Festival every year, so I'm definitely glad to be here.
Well, I'm sure this is not your first Chicken Festival.
Absolutely not. I'm from Whitley County. I lived in London for a year or two before. I've been to the Chicken Festival.
Well, there's basically two sessions going on this afternoon here on the first day of the SOAR Summit. Sessions on health in Appalachia and technology in Appalachia. And behind me on the main arena floor, the Tech in Appalachia second session is still going on. Now, WYMT's Sean Allen has been here all day and has more on day one of the summit. Good evening and Happy New Year. I'm Steve Hensley. Tonight, as we count down to 2019, the Big Blue Nation is counting down to tomorrow's VRBO Citrus Bowl. It is the biggest bowl game for UK in 40 years, and tomorrow marks 20 years since their last New Year's Day Bowl. Just like 2 decades ago, the opponent is Penn State. All right, definitely looking forward to that game tomorrow afternoon. Well, back here at home, some wet weather this evening put a damper on plans for many trying to celebrate the new year. Well, while it did slow down a first-of-its-kind event in downtown London, when the rain finally let up, the crowds really filled in. WYMT's Justin Case is at downtown London's inaugural New Year's Eve extravaganza. Well, it's that time of the year. It's hit here at the station. Runny noses and scratchy throats are everywhere, and some doctors are worried too many patients are getting unneeded antibiotics. Welcome to our annual Year in Review special. During the next 30 minutes, we'll look back at the stories here at home and around the world that grabbed our attention in 2018. The one race eyes across the nation were on tonight was for Kentucky's 6th congressional district. Republican Andy Barr won a fourth term, defeating Democrat and former Marine fighter pilot Amy McGrath. As the eyes of the nation focused on the 6th congressional race, in the 5th, there was not much doubt who would win. Congressman Hal Rogers defeated Kenneth Stepp in a landslide. Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Welcome to Election Headquarters as we begin our coverage of the midterm elections and what could be several close races tonight. And that's a wrap on 2018. Thank you for making us your source for local news, weather, and sports. And we hope all of you have a happy and healthy new year. Good night.